class. How are you doing? Nice to see you all again. So, in previous lessons, we have learned a lot about English verbs. In today's lessons, we are going to review what we've learned so far. A verb is a word that expresses an action, occurrence, or state of being. Just as nouns, the first of the 8 parts of speech play a key role in a sentence, and so do verbs. The first part of our lesson today is a rather simple task. I want you all to try and match the actions with a purpose. So number 1, who can do number 1? She's gone to the kitchen. Hi, please.
I think she's gone to the kitchen to wash the plates.
To wash the plates. Yes, that's a correct answer. Thank you. Number 2, we're going to David's house. How, please?
May I try number 2 with to watch the match? We're going to David's house to watch the match.
And it's another correct answer. Number 3, who can do number 3?
Me.
How, please?
Number 3, he's saving money to buy a computer.
To buy a computer. Very good. Number 4, she is on a diet.
Me again.
Hi.
She's on a diet to lose weight.
To lose weight. Thank you. We are staying at home. Who can do number 5? Zeta.
We're staying at home to do our homework, isn't it?
It is. Number 6, they've gone to the shop. How can you do this one, please? They've gone to the shop.
Maybe to buy some food.
To buy some food, yes. And lastly, number 7, Gloria is studying.
Me?
Yes.
I think to be a doctor.
So Gloria is studying to be a doctor. Okay, good job. The second part of our lesson is a listening and comprehension task. A. Listen to people explain how to make these snacks and which snack are they talking about. Please number the photos from 1 to 4.
There is one extra photo. 1.
This is really easy. First, you put a little oil in a pan, then heat the oil. Next, put in the kernels and cover the pan. When the kernels start to pop, shake the pan gently every few seconds. In about a minute, the popping will slowly stop. After that, turn off the heat and pour it into a bowl. Finally, put a little salt on it and enjoy.
2. I love this snack. First, take an avocado and mash it. Next, you chop half a tomato and half an onion and add them to the avocado. After that, you chop a little cilantro and add that in. Then, put in some lemon or lime juice. Finally, add a little salt, pepper, and of course, hot sauce. It's great with chips.
3. A friend from New York City taught me how to make this. First, cut it in half, then toast it. After that, let it cool a little and then spread cream cheese on it. It's really good for breakfast, but you can eat it anytime.
4.
You need dough, olive oil, tomato sauce, and cheese. First, roll out the dough into a circle and put a little oil on it. Then put the dough into the oven and bake it for a few minutes. Next, put tomato sauce on the dough. After that, cover the sauce with cheese. Then put it back into the oven and bake it for another 10 minutes. Finally, cut it into slices. You'll love it.
So, which one is number 1?
Popcorn.
Yes, popcorn, exactly. And number 2?
Pizza.
No, number 2. No, it's not pizza. Try to think of the ingredients that they talked about.
Avocado.
Yes, avocado, lemon, cilantro, onion, pepper,
Hot sauce?
hot sauce, yes. It's
the picture 3.
number 3, guacamole. Yeah, it's a dish in Mexico. Number 3, who can do number 3?
I think the first one.
The first one, a bagel. Right. And lastly, number 4, pizza. Thank you. This photo shows a list of common opposite verbs. We have open is opposite to close. Lose is opposite to win. Shout is opposite to whisper, and etc. We are going to go through a few examples. I teach English to the students in my class. My students learn a lot.
I buy milk at the local shop. The supermarket sells a broad range of products.
It was so cold I decided to put on a sweater. You should take off your shoes before you go to bed.
He is very funny and I laugh at his jokes. When I watch a sad movie, I have to take issues in case I cry.
I broke the glass by dropping it onto the ground. When my car broke down, I took it to the shop to have it repaired.
Some countries import goods because they are cheaper to buy overseas. Chile is a country which exports copper to many parts of the world.
Thank you. A modal auxiliary is a type of helping verb that indicates the mood of the main verb. They can express ability, possibility, and or probability, offer, request, permission, obligation, suggestion, advice, prediction, and so on. So the first modal verb we have, can. Ability, I can swim.
I can swim.
Request, can I have a snack?
Can I have a snack?
Permission, you can have a snack.
You can have a snack.
The next modal verb, could. Request,
Could I borrow a pen?
probability,
It could rain tomorrow.
suggestion,
You could use glue instead.
for may. Request,
May I go to the park?
permission,
You may go to the park.
probability,
Colleges may win the race.
might, probability,
It might rain tomorrow.
possibility,
We might get to go to the zoo this weekend.
must, obligation,
You must do your homework.
restrictions,
You must not leave the house.
certainty,
Kaya must be the best speller.
should, advice,
You should recycle your cans.
conclusion,
The grass should grow if you fertilize it.
will, as predictions,
Mark will win the science fair.
invitations,
Will you come to my party?
would, request,
Would you help me with math?
preference.
I would love a cookie.
Thank you, class. Now I have a small quiz for you. Who can give me an example with 3 consecutive verbs in base forms?
Well, actually, it's a difficult question and I have no idea.
Okay. Well, if you can't think of anyone, if you can't think of any yet, I'll give you a clue. The vitamin may help.
Me?
Hang, please.
The vitamin may help prevent the development of cancer.
Oh, very good. We have another example. Cold or heat packs may help relieve pain and swelling, and some people find that the natural anti-inflammatory arnica will bring relief, taken as tablets or rubbed into the body as a cream. To wrap up this part of the lesson, if you must be around other people in your home or in the car because you're on your way to see a doctor, only after you've called. You should wear a mask, and everyone else should too. But first, you or one of your friends or family members have to find masks, which are sold out almost everywhere. If you can't, you can create a makeshift one from a scarf or other garment. Now we will review the gerund form of verb. In linguistics, a gerund is a kind of verbal noun that exists in some languages. In today's English, it can behave as a verb within a clause, so that, for example, it may be modified by an adverb or have an object. But the clause as a whole, sometimes consisting only of one word, the gerund, acts as a noun within the larger sentence. In English, a verb's gerund is formed by using the ing ending. It is identical to the present participle in form, but behaves differently in syntax. Verbs that are normally followed by the gerund include admit, adore, anticipate, appreciate, avoid, can't stand, carry on, consider, and etc. Now I want you guys to read the following examples after me. So number 10, continue.
He continued speaking.
Thank you. Number 11, delay.
He delayed leaving for school.
12, deny.
She denied committing the crime.
13, discuss.
They discussed opening a new business.
Very good. 14, dislike.
I dislike driving long distances.
Thank you. 15, enjoy.
We enjoy visiting them.
16, finish.
She finished studying about 10.
Forget.
I never forget visiting Napoleon's tomb.
Hate.
I hate making silly mistakes.
Can't help.
I can't help worrying about it.
Keep.
I keep hoping he will come.
Like.
I like going to movies.
Love.
I love going to operas.
Now we're going to do some grammar exercises. The first one we're going to do is exercise 5.3. Complete the sentences with can or cannot, could or could not, or be not able to. Sometimes it is possible to use either. The first one is an example, so we don't have to do it. Natasha could or was able to play the piano when she was 4. Who can do number 2?
Number 2, George has traveled a lot. He he is able to speak 4 languages, or he can speak 4 languages. Number 3, I used to be able to stand on my head, but I can't do it now.
Number 4. I'm afraid I can't or am not able to come to the party tonight. Number 5. The computer went wrong, but luckily. Number 5. The computer went wrong, but luckily Emma was able to put it right away.
Number 6, ask Catherine about your problem. She might be able to help you. Number 7, I learned to read music as a child. I could, or I was able to read it when I was 5.
Number 8. Suddenly all the lights went out. We couldn't see a thing.
Number 9. The drivers were able to stop before they crashed into each other. Number 10. I'm sorry I haven't been able to come and see you before. I'm okay, thanks. I am able to walk around now.
11. People heard warning about the flood and they were able to move out in town.
12. There was a big party last night. You could hear the music half a mile away.
Number 13. Let's have a lunch together. We can go to that new restaurant. Number 14. The train was full. I couldn't or wasn't able to find a seat anywhere.
And the last one, she spoke in a very low voice, but I could understand what she said. Do you think it right?
Yes, I think so.
Good job, guys. We almost have everything. 13 out of 14. Next exercise that we are going to do is exercise 5.16. Choose the correct forms of the verbs, base form, to infinitive, or gerund. Number 1. Police found the woman lying dead on the floor.
Number 2. I don't mind being shouted at by him. He threatened to sack me last week, but he apologized very politely later.
Number 3. We had arranged to meet in my office so that he could check the documents.
Number 4. We found it very difficult to work with Jermaine. She keeps forgetting to pass on important messages and she won't let anybody to help her. I'm not sure about my answer. Can you help me?
Can anyone help Cal?
Okay, let me try. We found it very difficult to work with Gemma. She keeps forgetting to pass an unimportant message, and she won't let anybody help her.
Okay, we will see if that's the correct answer afterwards.
Number 5. Thank you for inviting me to come and see you next month. I'm already excited about to see you again.
Number 5, I think I'm already excited about seeing you again. Number 6, look, we aren't allowed to park here. The car needs parking on the right positions.
I think it's parking, not to park.
Teacher, can you hear me?
All right. Number 6, right? Look, we aren't allowed to park here. The car needs to park on the right position. The correct answer for number 6 is to park and parking.
I came here to see Janet. She must have forgotten I was coming. It seems rather careless of her to forget. Do you think it's right?
Yeah, I think it's right. Number 8, you say you need some advice? Yes, I'm sorry to bother you, but I don't know who to ask.
Number 9, I plan to visit my parents last week, but they suggested postponing the visits for a week because they hadn't finished to decorate the sparing room.
For me, I think it's finish decorating the sparing room. Teacher, which one is correct?
I think decorating is correct. Number 10, the orator stopped talking. He felt thirsty, so he stopped to have a drink.
11, I have difficulty finding way to solve the situation, and there's nothing you can do about this situation, and it's no use worrying about it.
Number 12, I congratulate Anne on passing the exam. She spent a lot of time studying.
Number 13, did you accuse Nigo of breaking a plate? Well, I saw him knocking it off the table with his elbow.
From my point of view, no is correct answer instead of knocking.
Are we going to have a rest now after doing all the cleaning? No, I've got some letter to write.
Number 15, I'm annoyed about being late. Well, I told you to in good time, to set off in good time, didn't I?
16, she would like him to wear a tie because they are going to a concert.
17, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but I'm really afraid to go in the rain.
I think going out is correct answer instead of to go.
Yes. Afraid to go. Afraid of going out. I think the correct answer is afraid to go out in the rain. If you want to say afraid of going out, you have to include the word of.
18. I can't read when I'm traveling. It makes me feel sick, even in the rain. I'd rather just look out of the window.
I need number 19. I need to know what's in the letter. Why don't you let me read it?
The last one, when had the house being left empty?
Number 20, the answer is to be left. Oh, number 19. Number 20, the correct answer is to be left. Okay, class, let's submit the answer. And lastly, we are going to do exercise 10.5. Fill in the gaps in this letter with suitable verbs. Use the present perfect progressive or simple, or the or the present progressive or simple. I'll read the first one. Dear Francesca, we are having wonderful time here in York.
We have been here for 3 days now, and we need to stay for the rest of the week because we enjoy ourselves so much.
We have visited the cathedral and the castle museum, and this morning we have we have gone around the little old-fashioned street. And this morning we have walked around a little old-fashioned street, looking at the shops and cafes.
I'm writing this while we stop for cold drink before lunch. We have spent much money yet. We haven't spent much money yet, but we'll get some souvenirs before we leave.
Besides the sightseeing, we have done some exercise. The country around York is lovely, and we have done some lovely long walks. I think it's not make sense.
Maybe have had some lovely long walks.
Okay.
Okay, I can try.
Fortunately, the weather is very good so far. Fortunately, the weather has been very good so far. People said it can be very cold. People say it can be very cold and it often rain for days. As This is the first time I have been to England. I think I'm just lucky. See you soon, Roberta.
Okay, let's submit to see if we got our answers correct.
A quick way to improve your English skills is to immerse yourself in English language news. Try to sample a broad range of English language newspapers, including broadsheets, magazines, and tabloids. As well as helping you keep up to date with current affairs, this range of news sources will also expand your vocabulary. Another advantage is that you will also become more comfortable with how words are spelled and the context in which they are used. This time, I have picked out 5 articles from the newspaper and the internet for you. Hi, could you read the first one?
Yes. Barry Joseph Evans was an English actor best known for his appearances in British sitcoms such as Doctor in the House and My Language. The early life, born in Guildford, Surrey and abandoned as a baby, Evans was educated at the orphanage boarding schools. His acting ability was recognized at an early age and he often played the leading roles in school plays. In the career, one of his first film credits was the lead role in Cliff Donner's film Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush in 1968, where he was cast as Jamie McGregor, a teenager who finds it difficult to lose his virginity. Foreign Play magazine called Evans a bright and exciting new actor, and the Sunday Telegraph describes Green debut as brilliant.
Thank you. Zata, can you go next?
Yes. Sunsport can reveal Germany's triumph in Brazil had its root in a radical series of reforms designed by Howard Wilkinson at the end of the 1990s. The former FA technical director was commissioned to put together a blueprint to improve the England team. His charter for qualities was largely ignored by the FA, leaving Germany free to cherry-pick the best ideas. One time, England caretaker boss Wilco said, the charter was chipped away in England because of the politics and not much of it was put in place. About a year later, I met someone from the German FA and they looked at it with great interest. I also had a couple of long conversations with former Germany manager Jurgen Klinsmann about it. The German FA went on to implement a plan which was very similar to the charter and is totally transformed the way they develop young players. They invest massively in coaching and facilities. They change their coaching to emphasize technical abilities and skill. They more than double the number of under 9s featuring in first teams.
Okay. Ta, keep going.
At the beginning of March, a source in the Ministry of Defense told the Interfax news agency that women will be able to serve on Russian Navy submarines after 2018. However, the Russian Navy has denied this information, sparking renewed discussion of the role of women in the country's armed forces, which has accepted members of the fair sex since 1914. The Navy highlighted the fact that the discussion is not about discrimination, observing that women serve in communication units, medical units, and at shore facilities, in the ground spire of the warship, and even more so, a submarine. It is simply impossible to create comfortable conditions for members of both sexes, as has been shown by a number of scandals in the US Navy. Medical research carried out during the Soviet period demonstrates that a woman with the same body mass as a man is substantially weaker. However, the hypothesis psychological and physical characteristics, which make them capable series of opportunities that are not available from their male counterparts. They have greater endurance, can withstand physical and emotional strain better, are more meticulous and accurate. For this reason, women in the armed force often work in the areas providing information and communications support, staff, psychological and medical services.
Thank you. Who will read East Hartford? Okay.
East Hartford, Town and Police Department leaders on Tuesday welcomed 3 new police officers, all experienced cops who serve with other departments. Officials, relatives and friends gathered outside the public safety complex to greet officers Jonathan Holmes, Stephanie Medina, and Ariana Rivera. Town Clerk Robert Pasek issued the new cops the oath of office, overseen by Mayor, Police Chief Scott Sansom, and members of his command staff. We are so fortunate to be able to find such great officers, Sansom said. There are many options for qualified candidates these days, so for them to select East Hartford to say about your agency and your community. Holmes, 27, served for over 3 years with the Windsor Police Department, and before that 2 years as an East Hartford emergency dispatcher. Police spokesman Litwin said Holmes is pursuing a degree in political science and criminal justice at Central State University. Medina, 29, as a Hartford police officer for 2 years and holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from the University of New Haven. Rivera, 26, also served with Hartford Police for 2 years and has a bachelor's degree in journalism and sociology from Southern State University. All 3 officers will begin transitional training immediately, followed by field training later this month, Litwin said.
Okay, and lastly,
Yes. Another year is upon us and another cultural decade begins. We can only hope the next 12 months will be as eventful and filled with entertainment as the past 12 has been. Thank you for staying with us for another round of exciting stories from the world of mobile technology. We have been quite busy bees. We have been quite the busy bees in the 2019. We are on the brink of reaching 1 million subscribers on our YouTube channel. After publishing more than 140 videos in 2019, that almost 24 hours of non-stop phone reviews and opinions. We also post nearly 6,000 articles, trying to stay on point with every leak, rumor, launch, and market release of the most intriguing phones on the scene. Alongside those we brought you 176 long-form reviews, which is pretty much a new reviews every other day. For the new year, we are wishing you a lot of positive moments, love, happiness, and succeed in all your professional and personal projects. Create memories that will last you a lifetime.
Okay, thank you. Everyone, please open your textbook and read out loud the pupils' characters. Thao, we'll start with you.
Okay. Daniel, the best thing that could happen to me is become important in the college or university I hope to go to, writes Daniel at the age of 16. He is an ordinary looking boy. He is one of the several children in a middle class family. His father is a professional man and is said to be one of the finest men in town. The family training has been rather strict, and the boy has learned to obey his parents and to depend on them. He is still very uneasy with the present girls. He has difficulty in talking to girls and he does not go out with the girls much. For several years, Daniel was a Boy Scout and he spent his free time with 3 friends of his own age, hunting, fishing, and practicing photography. When he realized that he was being left out the developing social life of his class, Daniel did the characteristic thing. He thought the situation over carefully and then decided to learn to dance and to make himself take part in social activities. This thing he did with surprising success. He developed his social skills and became one of the leaders of his class.
All right, thank you. And can you also translate the first paragraph that you've read?
Ok. Khi 16 tuổi, Daniel viết, trở thành một người ưu tú ở trường cao đẳng hay đại học mà tôi mơ ước là điều tuyệt vời nhất. Là con của một gia đình trung lưu, cậu bé cũng chẳng có vẻ ngoài thu hút cho mấy. Cha cậu bé là một người đàn ông chuyên nghiệp và được mệnh danh là một trong những người đàn ông tử tế nhất của thị trấn này. Do gia đình dạy dỗ nghiêm khắc nên Daniel thường nghe theo lời bố mẹ và dựa dẫm vào họ.
Thank you. Hi, can you continue?
Yes, Smokey. Nobody's going to hurt me now. If they want to treat me okay, alright. If not, alright. It's not going to bother me any. I don't show any consideration for other people. Not as much as I should, I guess. But if they want to be nice to me, I'll be nice to them. Otherwise, what difference does it make? And that is Smokey. He knows he has been hurt, but if he can help it, he won't be hurt again. Unfortunately, he cannot help it. He has even less faith in himself than he has in others. He continues to be dependent and unhappy. While they struggles for independence chiefly by taking a negative attitude toward society. He is known to be openly critical of teachings and other authorities. The boy has none of the accepted standards of conduct. Shortly after Smokey entered elementary school, his parents separated, and since that time he has lived with his mother in the home of her married brother. Some people say his aunt and uncle spoiled him. Others say they always expected too much of him. They thought he ought to act like a grown-up ever since he was a kid. He failed to find in his family the kind of affection and security that he needed, and he's not a strong enough person to face the world and make a judgment without any security.
Thank you. And now can you also translate what you just read?
5 sentences.
Yes.
Không ai có thể làm tổn thương tôi, nếu họ tử tế với tôi thì ok, nếu không thì cũng không sao cả. Điều đó không ảnh hưởng gì đến tôi cả. Tôi cũng không để tâm lắm đến mọi người như thế nào. Và nếu mà họ đối xử tốt với tôi thì tôi cũng sẽ đối xử tốt với họ.
Okay, thank you, Jaka. You're last.
Okay. Sally is a pretty girl, very graceful and quick. Her parents haven't had much education, but they are good, intelligent people. They are not active in social life, but it's a friendly family. Sally's home environment is a permissive one. She is free to go out with boys, to go to movies, dances, and to parties. She said, I never was punished, and so I never was afraid of my parents like some of the kids are. As the girl grows older, she shows herself to be more and more independent of her parents. Affections for her family remains, but their authority is gradually weakening. At school, Sally takes part in everything. She and her friends are the leaders in practically all school activities. She has an intelligent school record, which is in keeping with her high intelligence, but her main ambition is to make a successful marriage. In summary, Sally is mature for her age, self-confident and unusually secure in her social relations.
Okay, thank you. You also translate.
Yes, Sally là một cô gái xinh đẹp, rất duyên dáng và lành lợi. Bố mẹ của cô ấy thì không được hỏi nhiều, nhưng nhìn chung họ là những người khá thông minh. Họ không quá là tích cực trong cuộc sống xã hội, trong đời sống xã hội, nhưng đó là một gia đình thân thiện. Gia đình Sally thì sống thoáng và cô ấy được tự do, thoải mái ra ngoài với những người bạn nam giới và đi xem phim, đi nhảy, đi đến những buổi tiệc tùng. Cô ấy nói, tôi chưa bao giờ bị phạt và cũng không cảm thấy sợ hãi cha mẹ giống như là những đứa trẻ khác.
Okay, thank you very much. Author, playwright, and poet Oscar Wilde was a popular literary figure in late Victorian England. After graduating from Oxford University, he lectured as a poet, art critic, and a leading proponent of the principles of aestheticism. In 1891, he published The Picture of Dorian Gray, his only novel now considered one of his most notable works. Now, we will read chapter 12 of the novel.
It was on the 9th of November, the eve of his own 38th birthday, as he often remembered afterwards. He was walking home about 11 o'clock from Lord Henry's, where he had been dining, and was wrapped in heavy furs as the night was cold and foggy. At the corner of Grosvenor Square and South Audley Street, a man passed him in the mist, walking very fast and with the collar of his grey ulster turned up. He had a bag in his hand. Dorian recognized him. It was Basil Howard. A strange sense of fear, for which he could not account, came over him. He made no sign of recognitions and went on quickly in the directions of his own house. But Howard had seen him. Dorian heard him first stopping on the pavement and hurrying after him. In a few moments, his hand was on his arm.
Dorian, what an extraordinary piece of luck. I have been waiting for you in your library ever since 9 o'clock. Finally, I took pity on a tired servant and told him to go to bed, as he let me out. I'm off to the Paris by the midnight train, and I particularly want to see you before I left. I thought it was you, or rather your first coat, as you passed me, but I wasn't quite sure. Didn't you recognize me?
In this fog, my dear Basil? Why, I can't even recognize Grosvenor Square. I believe my house is somewhere about here, but I don't feel at all certain about it. I am sorry you are going away, as I have not seen you for ages. But I suppose you will be back soon?
No, I'm going to be out of England for 6 months. I intend to take a studio in Paris and shut myself up till I have finished a great picture I have in my head. However, it wasn't about myself I wanted to talk. Here we are at your door. Let me come in for a moment. I have something to say to you.
I shall be charmed, but when you miss your train,
said Dorian Gray languidly as he passed up the step and opened the door with his latch key. The lamplight struggled out through the fog, and Howard looked at his watch.
I have half of time,
he answered.
The train doesn't go till 12:15, and it's only just 11. In fact, I was on my way to the club to look for you when I met you. You see, I shan't have any delay about luggage, as I have sent all my heavy things. All I have with me is in this bag, and I can easily get to Victoria in 20 minutes.
Dorian looked at him and smiled.
What a way for a fashionable painter to travel. A Gladstone bag and an Ulster. Come in or the fog will get into the house. And mind you don't talk about anything serious. Nothing is serious nowadays. At least nothing should be.
For a moment. You want to miss your train? It doesn't leave until 12:15. It's only just 11. As a matter of fact, I was on my way to the club to look for you.
For the last part of our lesson, we're going to watch an American film, Real Women Have Curls.
Something happened to her, Mom.
What happened?
I don't know. Come and talk to her.
So I always have to do it. You go.
She wants you, not me. Anna's here, Mom.
Buenos dias.
Say something.
Mama,
Who is it?
it's Anna.
Hi, mija, come closer. I'm really sick. You have to make breakfast for the men.
Breakfast? Mama, can Estella do that?
Estela has a lot of work at the factory. Ay, mija, I woke up in the middle of the night soaking wet. It was like I was on fire. Oh,
Okay, Mama, what's wrong? Is it your legs?
I see.
What about your back?
Oh, I see.
And your head?
Here.
And how's your hearing?
Okay.
Today's my last day of high school, Mama. I'm not gonna miss that.
Malagradecida.
Oh, so your pain is gone.
I struggle with it, just like I struggled to give you birth and raise you and take care of this family. Sí me duele.
Well, I didn't ask for you to give birth to me, okay?
Ya estuvo, ¿eh?
Estela, what is wrong with your sister? Ándale, ayúdame.
Soy una chica difícil, pero yo valgo la pena. Yo busco un santo, un gran Romeo, que por mí vaya hasta el cielo. Pícame el ojo, dame el diente, échame flores, hazme canciones. Pícame el ojo, dame el diente, échame flores, hazme canciones.
Okay, 7 years at MIT. 4 years at Stanford.
4 years at Teachers College.
Oh, I'll continue my education too. I'll backpack through Europe and
hang on a minute. What's happening with the college applications?
I'm not going to college.
What do you mean you're not going to college? You're a smart woman. You have something to contribute to this world.
Well, my family can't afford college.
There are scholarships, grants, financial aid, all that stuff we've been talking about all year.
Mr. Guzman, I'm really sorry to have to say this, but you should probably spend your time helping somebody else. You know, I have to go, but you were the best. Thanks.
I've been waiting for this day.
Yeah, me too.
There's your uniform. Just give me my check, okay?
That's sick.
I was keeping it warm for you until you got here. You know, you can always just kiss my ass to get your job back.
Anita, ven.
What?
No preguntes por qué. Tú nomás ven. Te tengo que enseñar algo. Ándale, apúrale. Ven.
¡Felicidades! ¡Felicidades, Anita!
Felicidades en este día que para todos es especial. Para nosotros es un orgullo y es por eso que venimos a cantar.
Gracias, primo.
Muchas felicidades, Ana,
Ay, abuelito.
por muchos años. Y mira, mira tu pastelote.
Pastel, ay señor, pero ¿qué no la ve que está más grandota que el pastel? Why did you quit your job?
Why do you know about this?
I just know.
Okay, Mom, I quit my job.
Why?
Because I didn't get along with the manager.
So what?
Anna, you're just gonna have to get another job.
I know, Papa, okay? It's just something I had to do.
Tomorrow you come to work with us in the factory.
What? No way.
Estela, we're very far behind.
We're not behind.
Yes, we are. If we don't help your sister, who else is going to?
I don't know, and really, I don't care.
Why do you have to say that? Because it's true. Estela stays up all night trying to finish those dresses. I can't afford any more help.
That takes care of that. If Estela cannot pay Anna, it doesn't really help us.
She'll pay.
Fine, I'll pay her. She can iron.
End of discussion, senor. Who wants cake?
Yo quiero. Y uno grande, ¿eh?
Mr. Guzman, what are you doing?
Are your parents here?
Yeah, but I told you.
Ana, ¿quién es?
Buenas tardes, señor. Señora. Soy Luis Guzmán. Fui el maestro de inglés de Ana.
I speak English.
Sorry. Ana is an excellent student. I'd like to see her continue her education, go to college.
Mr. Guzman, of course we want Anna to get educated. We have already discussed that amongst our family. But we need her to work now. She can go to college later.
Senor Garcia, Anna's a very special young woman. She got herself into Beverly Hills High School, which is not easy to do, and now she can go even further. There are all kinds of scholarships.
I'm sorry, Mr. Guzman, but tomorrow morning she goes to the factory to sew with us.
May I ask you, Mr. Garcia, just to please think about college?
I'll think about it. I'll talk to my wife. Vámonos, Anita.
I told you.
high-quality work here, okay? That's why I get the orders.
So really, it's so hot in here. Can't you get a fan?
We have a fan. You know that the fan blows dust on the dresses. Always use the steam, okay? And please don't burn the tool. Okay, real easy work. And always here, check the level of the water and let me know when it gets low, okay? So I can send you out to buy some more. When you're done, you put the dress here in the bagger, you put a plastic bag over it, and then you put it on that rack for me, okay? If we work hard today, we're gonna finish these. That'll be 100 in size 7. Oyó, doña Carlota, ya casi llegamos a los 100.
I have chisme from the market.
Mami, doña Carmen tiene chisme. Me encanta el chisme.
You should be working. El Dorado Ortiz is secretly in love with Rosalie. Ay, no, qué horror.
Este viejo rabo verde parece mango chupado. El Dorado sí se está enamorado de Rosalí.
He thinks you're too skinny, but he would love to fatten you up. But don't get as fat as Ana.
Ama, we have to work now.
Sí, mi general. You burn it. Ana, can't you do anything right? ¿A dónde vas? Desgraciada, gorda. Ven acá, no me hagas correr. No me hagas que vaya detrás de ti. ¡Ana! ¡Ana! Ay, ¡Ana! ¡Ana!
Hey! What's going on here?
This is my mom.
Is this your daughter?
Ay, sí, esa gordita. My daughter.
Knock yourself out, ladies.
Ay, Coño, paz. Ay, yo ya no puedo más. Ya estoy muy vieja para estos trotes. Y no sé para qué trabajo. Mis manos están artríticas. Y me estoy quedando ciega de tanta costura.
Yeah, Mama, I know, okay? Everybody knows.
No me toques. Lárgate, si te quieres ir, lárgate. Lárgate. ¿Qué? ¿Te avergüenzas conmigo? ¿Te da vergüenza trabajar con nosotras? Tanto lomo, tanto sacrificio. ¿Y todo para qué? Para ustedes. Tú nomás piensas que yo soy un perro nomás para trabajar.
Oh, Mama, come on, let's go. Let's go back, come on.
Ay, Diosito.
Hold on to me. Come on, let's go back.
Tú me tienes que ayudar.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up?
Hey, Anna, how's it going?
Hey, Mr. Guzman, I did it. I filled out the application.
Look at that. Anna, way to go. Is it the truth?
Of course it is. I don't lie on applications, except about my weight.
Where's the personal statement?
I didn't think it was necessary.
You didn't write one? You have to write one. Anna. friendly with the dean of admissions at Columbia. If you write the essay immediately, I can get it to him, maybe get you in for the new semester in September.
Really?
But look, you need to write an essay.
About what?
Write about something you know. You can write about yourself.
Myself?
Why not? You can do this. I'll hang on to this till you bring me the essay. Go. Write. Bye.